Ask any experienced woodworker and they'll tell you that grain patterns are important. For example, on a cabinet, if you have drawers going across the top of the cabinet, they'll want to see a continuous board with the same pattern going from drawer front to drawer front. In the case of this table, we have legs that are made up of two boards edge glued together, and the joint is here on the side. So we want to make sure that we're seeing all face grain in the same direction from these legs even to these legs in the back. So all the face is here, and then all the edges here. So applying that concept to this unassembled table, we need to make sure that before we cut these dados in the leg, that we plan that out. And that same thing could apply if we were boring out holes for dowels here in the leg. We need to select which way the legs are going to go. And I'll show you in a moment on the table saw how you would apply that in cutting this dado. So here's an example of the table disassembled, all the legs separate. And we have face grain all facing the same way. This is face, 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 and face. And if you look where the cuts are, this one was done correctly. All the cuts face the inside. So the shelf can be attached to the inside. All the grain will go the same way. So we know these legs are correct. So let's take a look at how these go into the jig so we can identify when we don't have the cut made, how do you put the leg in. So this one, face grain, when this is down, the cut is down, face grain is facing me. This one, I have edge grain facing me. So right now we have one of each. Edge grain is facing me. And surface, or face grain, is facing me. So the key is that when you, in this case, using a jig like this, we're going to cut the dado, we need to have two legs in the jig the same way, and the other two legs in the jig the other way. So to apply that, in this case, I look at the end, I can see these are the two edges of the board. I'm going to load this one in this way. I'll need to do one more leg with edges facing me, and then the other two legs I need to have the face facing me.